Have you ever been completely alone and heard someone call your name? Not from around you, but from somewhere no one should be. If you have, remember this: never answer. This happened in a rural village in southern Vietnam, where a wide river ran through the land. People called it Black River, not because the water was dark, but because no one knew how deep it really was. Back then, we were about 13 or 14 years old, reckless, curious, and fearless. Every afternoon after school, we would gather and go swimming in that river. The adults always warned us, "Don't go to that part of the river. There's water ghosts there, they drag people down." But the more they warned us, the more we wanted to go, until the day we realized they weren't joking. It was a gloomy, rainy afternoon. The sky was gray, the wind was cold, and the river had risen higher than usual. Me, Hung, T, and Lan still went there like always. But the moment we arrived, I felt something was wrong. The surface of the water was too still. No ripples, no splashes, no fish, just an unsettling silence. "I feel uneasy," Lan whispered. Hung scoffed. "Stop being silly, let's jump in." And with that, he dove into the water. T and I followed. Only Lan stayed on the shore, hesitating. The water that day was unnaturally cold, the kind of cold that felt like something was touching your skin from below. I shivered. "Hey, do you guys feel that?" I asked. Hung laughed. "It's raining, of course it's cold." But T said nothing. He stood still in the water, his face pale. "T, what's wrong?" I called. He turned to me, his voice trembling. "Do you guys hear that?" "Hear what?" He swallowed hard. "Someone is calling me." We all froze. Only the wind rustled through the trees. I tried to reassure him, "There's no one here." But T shook his head, his eyes fixed on the water. "No, someone's down there." Suddenly he screamed, "Mom!" And in the next second he was pulled under, not diving, not slipping, but yanked down violently. Water splashed everywhere. Hung and I panicked. "Grab him!" I rushed to where he disappeared, but nothing, just murky water. Then suddenly a hand surfaced. It was T's hand. But something was wrong. It wasn't waving for help. It looked like it was being dragged away. I grabbed his hand, but the moment I touched it, I felt it clearly. Something was pulling from below. Not one force, but many, like multiple hands gripping his legs. "Let go!" I screamed, pulling with all my strength. Hung rushed in to help. Finally, snap! We pulled him out. But when we got him to shore, he wasn't conscious. His eyes were wide open. Foam bubbled from his mouth, his body ice cold, like a corpse. The adults rushed over. One man, a strong swimmer, dove down to check. He resurfaced seconds later, his face pale. He said something I will never forget. "There's not just one thing down there." T survived, but he was never the same again. During the day, he barely spoke. At night, he never slept. He would just stare out the window toward the river. One night I stayed over at his house. Around midnight I heard him whispering, "Stop pulling me. I'm not going." A chill ran down my spine. "T, who are you talking to?" He turned to me, his eyes completely black. No whites, just darkness. "They're standing in the river, waiting for me. They said I've already touched them, so I have to go stay with them." His family was terrified and sent him away. We thought it was over, but it wasn't. About a month later, something happened. A man who went night fishing disappeared. Only his fishing rod was found stuck at the riverbank. Then another, and another. People started whispering, the river was taking enough people. According to the elders, water ghosts don't always drag people down. They only do it when they need a replacement. Whoever gets dragged down becomes one of them, and the only way to escape is to pull someone else down to take their place. One night I went back to the river, not because I was brave, but because I needed to know the truth. The moon was bright, the water shimmered, too quiet, too still. I stood at the edge and looked down, and then I saw them. Beneath the surface, it wasn't just one shadow, but many. Pale faces, wide staring eyes, mouths open, as if breathing, but there was no air. They were all looking at me at the same time. Then one mouth moved. "Come down. We're so cold. Come down. Play with us." I stepped back, my heart pounding, and then I heard a familiar voice. "Come down here." It was Ty. I looked again. Among them there was a face, his face. He stared at me, unblinking. "I've been waiting for you." At that exact moment, I felt something grab my ankle. Freezing cold, I screamed, kicked, ran without ever looking back. Since that day, I've never returned to that river. But there's one thing I've never told anyone. Every night when I try to sleep, I hear water, and a voice, a very familiar voice. You've already touched us. Soon you'll have to come down.